Hello, Monte. I do appreciate your correspondence and your answers and taking the time to explicate yourself. What I will say, especially to this specific comment where you say, I'll be honest, when you fact check something and it turns out to be a lie, it's very hard to embrace their teachings. What I have to say you're talking about is, the claims that Colin David Ivan Colin Miller made about being dead and not sleeping at all, for not needing sleep for several years and so on and so forth. This grammar has nothing to do with any of that, okay? The grammar itself, the mathematical interface, 1 + 2 = 3, 3 - 2 = 1, for the facts, of the facts, are with the facts, of the facts, with the facts, by the facts, has nothing to do with David Wynn Miller's personal life stories. Now, I don't know if you've ever spoken with him personally, but I have. Numerous occasions during the last year of his life. He was an amazingly kind individual. Keep also in mind that he is a self-proclaimed 92nd degree Freemason. Now, you did mention that your girlfriend has a master's degree. Are you cognizant of how Masonic terminology is prevalent in our everyday plain simple English? Just a simple thing as master's degree. You know what a master mason is? It's also a degree. So all of these things fit together. Now, correct sentence structure, again, has nothing to do with that. That's all fiction system. That's the wonderful thing about correct sentence structure. Now, I think you said you've used the grammar to an extent, but I have to guess, and I bet I'm 100% correct, that you do not have closure on it. And if you did use it, you may have had success, you may have not, but I can guarantee you don't have closure on it. And with the balance of the honor and the grace, I offer you my email address, jasonmatthewg17@gmail.com. If you contact me at that email address, I will offer you a 10 to 15 minute video consultation where you and I can look at each other face to face. You can ask me whatever you want to ask me, and I will answer every single question you have about quantum grammar. The grammar. Not about David Wynn Miller's claims, not about Russell J. Gould's claims, none of that. About the grammar itself, because that's the most important thing. It's what I've been using and teaching for 6+ years with great success. Now, as far as why Russell does not give credit to David, I don't think it has anything to do with separating himself from David, because David is dead. You can't get any more separate from David than David being passed away, okay? There's something else going on here, and even though you claim to know the whole story, I don't think you do know the whole story. Have you ever read the paper Rogue Saber, written back in 2016? I highly recommend you do that, because that's when the separation between David and Russell started. All right? I began learning this in the summer of 2017. I don't know when you started learning it, but there is more to the story. However, again, I would highly recommend sticking to the grammar, because that is the thing that is practical and useful in everyday life in stopping bureaucratic trespass. All the other stories are just stories, just like any other story in history. It's hard to certify what someone else says. It's very hard to prove it wrong. It's very hard to prove it right. But one thing I can prove is the mathematical correctness of correct sentence structure, communication, parsing, syntax, grammar. And if you're curious or interested in it, you can contact me at my email address. Please include your full correct name, and I'll get back to you. Thank you very much for your comments.